Hey guys, this is Fuberduge, and today we're going to take a look at the Combiner Wars Autobot Powerglide. And this is my first Combiner Wars figure I've ever gotten. I plan on getting either Superion or Menasor. Probably not Menasor because you know that I already did my Lego Menasor. So expect to see a Superion most likely. But for now, I decided to get a Powerglide because I felt that this figure looked really good. So, taking a look at the box, it's actually extremely small. I mean, for a size comparison, here it is with Masterpiece Prowl's box. And I just think that's so small. Like, it's not even taller than it sideways. So this thing is really big. I mean, look at my hand. That thing is small. But anyway, taking a look at the box, you can see Powerglide in here. It has a card included, and you can combine to form a gun, I think. And it says ages 8+, so if you're under 8 years old, don't get this. Just kidding. I don't really care, but made in Vietnam. Wow, that's weird. Anyway, you can see Superion there. He's supposed to be like a gun for this guy, whoever that is. But anyway, on the back here you can see his gun mode and his plane mode and his robot mode, and not for see, that's what I don't get. It says like not for children under 3 years old, and then it says ages 8+. It's like I don't even know what they're thinking, but it's all in different languages and everything. And for his this very short bio, it says aerial acrobat, well versed in dogfighting tactics. That sounds like Powerglide. But yeah, that's about it for the box. Very small, very simple, very Hasbro-ish. So without further ado, I'm going to get this thing open and we're going to check him out. Okay, so here we have Powerglide open up and out of his packaging. And already he's looking pretty good, I think, at least. In his packaging, he did come with a collector's card. So you have a nice piece of artwork here that was also on the back of the box. I didn't really show that off very well, but if you want to get a good look at it, there it is. It's the same as the mobile game that you can get at the App Store. So that's really cool. And on the back you just have the Generations logo and Hasbro and whatnot. So there you have the collector's card. And here's Powerglide. And I actually like the way he looks. I actually think he looks really good. Unfortunately, he is kind of small, but I suppose he was always kind of small. I mean, that was how his G1 figure was compared to all the other G1 figures. I mean, some of the G1 figures are really small, but he was like Bumblebee size. So, to get an idea of how big this guy is, here he is with the Generations Armada Starscream. And, yeah, you can kind of get an idea of how big he is compared to Starscream. He's about 2/3 the size of Starscream. So, there is that. And here we have, his legs like to fall apart. Here we have G1 Skywarp, who is considerably bigger than Powerglide. But, yeah, I suppose scale doesn't really matter here because they're two totally different lines. But, again, just to get an idea of how big he is. Now, this Powerglide figure was meant to be kind of integrated into the Combiner Wars line. So, he wasn't a combiner in the G1 series. So, what they did was they made him into Superion's gun, which I think is actually kind of cool. I mean, it didn't, like, upset a whole lot of people that he was part of it, but at the same time, he wasn't, like, an actual, like, limb or anything like that. So, to get into his gun mode, what you want to do first is come around to the back here. You want to flip down his tail fins like so, and his legs just don't like to stick together. That's one big gripe I have with this thing. That's why I'll probably display him in robot mode. And you want to slide down his thrusters in the back like that. And again, this just doesn't want to stay. And these wings were pegged in here. It's really dark and it's really hard to see, but they were pegged. And then there's a slot right here and a peg right here, and it just pegs in just like that. Same on the other arm, or it will become the arm. And so he's already starting to take his gun shape form. Then you flip up this tab to reveal a sight. And that's pretty much it. I mean, sometimes the landing gear is down like that, so you'll have to pull it out. But there is his gun mode, and it actually doesn't look too terribly bad. I mean, they did a pretty good job for what they had to work with. So, to show how he can be held, I'm bringing in Blitzwing here, and I'll have to raise my camera up. But he does have the same universal hold that a lot of the Transformers have. So you can just peg that in there just like that. And he can hold Powerglide. Pretty good looking. I don't mind that too much. But I obviously won't do that with him a whole lot. So it's an option. And I'll give that to Hasbro, that they thought up of a creative way to make Powerglide into a gun. So to get him back into his plane mode, you just want to flip this piece down, fold these forward, or slide these forward, excuse me. You can fold these up. I was getting ahead of myself. You can untab these, and then they peg just right back in down here. And now he is back into his plane mode. And now to get to his robot mode. So to do that, what you want to do first is just kind of follow the basic instructions for the last one, except for a few minor changes. You can flip these back here, and you can separate these, and I'll just keep them separate because they're a big pain in the butt anyway. I'll have to raise my camera a bit because I had it really low. I'm pegging this from here. You can fold this up, and this pegs in just like that. Same thing here. Pegging in just like that, and you can just kind of fold this up, and this was kind of slotted and pegged in here, and this just kind of comes undone. You want to fold the landing gear in on itself, and then this whole contraption is on a double hinge and slides all the way down, and this can just kind of stay back here or whatever to become the butt flap. So there is that, and then you can take the head, and it's kind of an interesting contraption. I might have to unpeg the arms here, but his face is hidden behind this piece, and so you want to carefully rotate this all the way around so it's like that, and then we can just peg the arms back up. The arms are pegged in right here, so you can unpeg those and then just unfold like so. Same thing over here. And there you have his arms, and then you can flip down his feet. And there you have Powerglide in his robot mode. And like I said before, I think this is his strongest mode. I think it really captures the G1 look for his particular self. I really do like the Autobot logo right here. It's just super big and ominous, and I just really love the way this thing looks. So, just to get an idea of the shape of this guy and just a close-up here, very nice detailing, even for kind of a Legends class figure, which I'm assuming he is. This butt flap is kind of weird. You can flip it up like that, but that's kind of weird too. So, just personal preference, whatever you want to do. And another thing I suppose you could do is do this, but that kind of makes the leg look weird. But there's a lot of ways to configure this guy. Very good looking. I really do like the way this guy looks. And like I said before, he is kind of Legends size, so he is pretty small. So for a size comparison, here he is with the Deluxe Class Armada Starscream. So yeah, he's about 2/3 his height. So he's Legend size, obviously. So taking him off, here he is with Masterpiece Prowl. Again, just to get an idea of how big he is. He's about 2 times as big as he is in terms of height. So, yeah. Not that they're meant to scale together, but I actually do think that's kind of a decent scale for this guy. And actually, I don't use these guys very often for a size comparison, but they're about the same height. Here is my old G1 Bombshell. So yeah, they're actually almost exactly the same height, besides his Cerebro Shell gun thingy. So yeah, they're actually really close. So again, to get an idea of how big he is, his head is almost the exact same height as Bombshell's head. So taking him off, and just because, here's what G1 Skywarp. Enough said. So anyway, yeah, overall, I really do like the appearance of this guy. Really strong looking. I really do like this figure. And for articulation, it's actually fairly decent. Due to transformation, his head does rotate, but this back piece right here kind of hinders that. But his arm does rotate 360 degrees. It goes out. It's on a ball joint, so free range of movement. No bicep swivel, but I don't really expect that from a Legends class figure. But he does bend at the elbow. His wrists don't move, so that's kind of unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal again because he is a Legends class. And his thighs are on ball joints, his knees are on ball joints, and his ankles can kind of move. So yeah, your basic Legends class, modern day articulation. So, yeah, I don't know if there's a whole lot more to say about him besides that it's a very good representation of Generation 1 Powerglide. I actually really highly recommend him, whether you want him with your Combiner Superion figure or just by himself, because he's the first Combiner figure, or Combiner Wars figure that I've gotten, and I'm actually pretty satisfied with him. So, beyond that, I don't think there's a whole lot more to say. So, this is Fuber. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I do highly recommend picking this guy up. If you want to pick him up, I'll put a link in the description for Big Bad Toy Store or TF Source. And he's running at about $11, so he's really cheap. Well, of course he is, because he's small and he's Hasbro. So, again, I'll put 2 links in the description, depending on which store you like better, TF Source or Big Bad Toy Store. And, also, feel free to subscribe, check out our other videos, check out our Facebook page, and feel free also to check out some of my stop-motion videos. They have a whole playlist of their own, so they're not hard to miss if you search my channel. But I want to thank you again for tuning in, and also, if you want to keep in touch with me, you can also contact me personally on my Facebook profile, or if you just want to send me a random message or whatever, it's just on my Facebook page. So just again running over contact info. So again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Keep playing, guys.